solve it in 3, 2, 1. First, let's rewrite each of these numbers in terms of their primes. 27 is the same thing as 3 cubed, and 8 is the same thing as 2 cubed. 32 is the same thing as 2 to the 5th power, and 243 is the same thing as 3 to the 5th power. Since these bases are different but the exponents match, and same thing on this side, we can use these notes here. If you ever have a power over a power where the bases don't match, but the exponents do match, you can write it as a single fraction to that exponent. Let's move this down here and focus on this right here. Using these notes, we can rewrite 3 cubed over 2 cubed as 3 over 2 whole thing cubed. And this is still to the x power. And then on the right-hand side, we can rewrite 2 to the 5th over 3 to the 5th as 2 over 3 whole thing to the 5th. And now we're done with these notes. Next thing I'm noticing that we have a 3 over 2 and a 2 over 3. In order to get these to match, we need to flip one of them. A great way to do that is with negative exponents. If you ever need to flip something like a over b, that's the same thing as b over a to the -1 power. Let's look at this 2 over 3 on the right-hand side. We can even color match. Let's change this 2 to red and the 3 to blue. In order for us to flip it like this here, this 2 over 3 would be the same thing as 3 over 2 to the -1. So 2 over 3, 3 over 2 to the -1. Those are the exact same thing. And now our two fractions match. They're both 3 over 2. On both sides of the equation, we have a power to an exponent. We're going to end up using these notes right here. Anytime you have a to the b whole thing to the c, you can multiply the exponents. It ends up being equal to a to the b times c. So this 3 and this x will end up multiplying by each other to give us 3x. And this -1 and this 5 will end up multiplying by each other to give us -5. Now we have 3 over 2 to the 3x equals 3 over 2 to the -5. Since the bases are not equal to -1, 0, or 1, this can only be true if these exponents are equal to each other. Or in other words, 3x equals -5. Now to solve for x, we can divide both sides of the equation by 3, and we get x is equal to -5/3. This is the answer to our question. Let's put a box around it. This was kind of a fun one. How exciting. And here's